What if the real reason you're losing in the market isn't your strategy or the charts, but the one thing you've been ignoring? Your own mind. Picture two traders staring at the same setup, same candles, same moment. One walks away with profits. The other watches their account burn. The difference isn't luck or skill. It's the mental edge. And if you don't master it, the market will crush you before you even know why. Stay with me, because today I'm sharing my own journey through the chaos of trading, the painful lessons I learned, and how you can build the mindset that separates winners from losers. Let's dive in. The market is a brutal mirror. It doesn't just show you price action or candlesticks, it reflects who you are. Your fears, your greed, your impatience, all laid bare on the screen. I learned this the hard way. When I started trading, I thought it was about finding the perfect system. I spent countless nights glued to charts, chasing strategies, believing the next indicator would make me rich. But every trade felt like a battle against myself. A loss would hit, and I'd feel this gut-wrenching need to win it back. I'd jump into reckless trades, no plan, just emotion. My account suffered, but worse, so did my confidence. The market wasn't just showing me numbers, it was showing me my flaws. That's when I realized trading isn't about beating the market, it's about beating the voice in your head that screams, "Take the trade, double your risk, prove you're not a failure." Here's the raw truth. Two traders can use the same strategy, watch the same chart, and trade at the exact same time, yet one will profit while the other crashes. It's not the setup, the broker, or the market conditions, it's the mind behind the trade. I've lived both sides of this. Early on, I was the trader who panicked at every dip, chasing losses until my account was a wreck. But profitable traders, they're different. They don't let emotions hijack their decisions. Think about the turtle traders experiment in 1983. Richard Dennis, a trading legend, took novices, bartenders, security guards, everyday people, and gave them his rules, his system, his money. Some turned his capital into millions. Others blew it following the same rules. Why? Because rules alone aren't enough. The losers couldn't handle their emotions, fear, greed, doubt, when the market tested them. The winners stayed grounded. That's the mental edge, the invisible line between success and failure. I'll never forget the day I blew my first account. It wasn't a fortune, but it felt like the end of the world. I'd been trading for months, convinced I was close to cracking the code. Then one bad trade spiraled into a bad week. I started doubling my risk, chasing setups I had no business taking, telling myself this one will fix it. It didn't. I sat there, staring at a zero balance, heart pounding, feeling like I'd failed as a person. The market didn't do that to me. I did it to myself. That moment changed me. I realized the real fight wasn't on the charts, it was in my head. Profitable traders don't avoid losses, they accept them as part of the game. They don't let a win make them reckless or a loss make them desperate. They stay steady, treating every trade like a single step in a long journey. That's what I had to learn, and it's what you need to grasp to survive. Most traders think they're rational, making decisions based on logic and analysis, but when real money is on the line, logic disappears. Fear of loss kicks in, fear of missing out takes over, the need to prove yourself clouds everything. I've been there, watching a trade tick against me, my chest tight, palms sweaty, convincing myself to hold on just a little longer. Profitable traders feel those emotions too. They're human. But they've trained themselves to respond differently. A loss doesn't send them into a spiral, they cut it and move on. A win doesn't make them feel invincible, they stick to their plan. When the market stalls, they don't force trades out of boredom, they wait. That discipline isn't natural, it's built through repetition, like training a muscle. I started small, forcing myself to risk only 1% per trade. No exceptions. It felt boring, even painful, but it saved me from myself. Think about poker players. The best ones, they don't win every hand, they don't need to. They play the probabilities, stay calm through losses, and never let a bad beat push them into reckless bets. Trading is the same. You don't need to be right every time. You need to think like a casino, not a gambler. Casinos don't panic when someone wins big. They know their edge plays out over time. Profitable traders see the market the same way. They don't chase quick riches or obsess over being right. They focus on consistency, knowing their edge compounds if they stay disciplined. A mentor once told me, the market doesn't owe you a dime, but it'll reward you if you respect it. That hit me hard. Respecting the market means respecting your rules, your plan, yourself. Most traders come to the market with the wrong mindset.
They want fast money, certainty, validation. I did too. I used to dream of trading from a beach, quitting my job, living the Instagram life. But those fantasies wreck your trading. Every trade becomes a grab for that dream, and every loss feels like it's stealing it away. A losing trader places a trade thinking about the money they'll make. Every tick against them feels like a personal attack. A profitable trader thinks about probabilities, process, execution. If they lose, it doesn't break them. If they win, it doesn't make them reckless. That detachment is everything. It's what lets you trade without your emotions choking you. I had to learn this the hard way, after countless nights of self-doubt, wondering if I'd ever get it right. But once I stopped tying my worth to every trade, I started seeing the market clearly. The market loves to expose your weaknesses. If you hate being wrong, it'll humble you. If you need control, it'll show you chaos. If you crave excitement, it'll lure you into overtrading until your account is gone. I've been that trader, addicted to the rush of clicking buy or sell, feeling like each trade proved something about me. But all it proved was how little control I had. Most traders lose not because their system is bad, but because they can't handle the chaos in their own minds. The market doesn't care about your dreams, your bills, or your ego. It's just data, probabilities, movement. The sooner you accept that, the sooner you can trade with clarity. I started journaling every trade, not just the entries, but how I felt. Scared, greedy, impatient. Facing those emotions was brutal, but freeing. It showed me who I was and who I needed to become. Picture two traders, same setup, same breakout. Trader A enters, sets their stop loss, and lets the trade play out. They're calm, trusting their plan. Trader B enters too, but when the price dips 5 pips, they panic. They exit early, watch the trade soar without them, then jump back in at a worse price. When the market retraces, they're stopped out. By day's end, Trader A is in profit. Trader B is broke. Same setup, different minds. I've been Trader B, letting every tick mess with my head, turning small losses into disasters because I couldn't stay calm. It wasn't until I started treating every trade like an experiment, not a judgment on my worth, that I became Trader A. That's the mental edge, staying steady when the market tries to break you. Here's a hard truth. The market doesn't care about you. It's not out to get you, even if it feels that way. I used to think every loss was personal, like the market was targeting me, but that's just ego. The market is neutral, data and probabilities, nothing more. Profitable traders know this. They don't take losses personally. They don't let wins inflate their ego. They see the market as it is, not as a battle to win or lose. The moment you stop taking it personally, you trade with clarity. And here's the paradox. The less you care about being right, the more often you end up right. The less you obsess over each trade, the more consistent you become. It's not about being fearless. It's about acting despite fear, following your plan no matter how loud the voice in your head screams. Building this mental edge isn't glamorous. It's not about motivational quotes or hyping yourself up. It's about conditioning your mind through repetition and honesty. Journal your trades, write down what you did, why, and how it felt. Review your mistakes, not to feel bad, but to learn. Set strict rules, risk 1% per trade, no moving stops, no trading without a plan. Follow them like your life depends on it. Train yourself to wait. Waiting is a skill, not a weakness. The market will always be there, but your capital won't if you don't protect it. I started doing this after losing my first account. Every night, I'd write down my trades, my emotions, my screw-ups. It was painful to see my flaws, but it was also the first time I felt in control. That's how you grow, by facing the truth, not hiding from it. Pressure is where the mental edge is forged. Every trader feels it. The pressure to make money, to recover losses, to prove you're not a failure.
I remember a week when I was down 15% on my account. It felt like the world was collapsing. I wanted to trade my way out, to fix it with one big win. That's when I made my worst decisions, over-leveraging, chasing setups, ignoring my rules. Profitable traders feel that pressure too, but they don't let it own them. They see it as a test, not a crisis. They stick to their process, knowing one bad week doesn't define them. That resilience is what keeps them in the game. I had to learn to breathe, step back, and trust my plan. It wasn't easy, but it saved me. This mental edge isn't just for trading, it's for life. Think about athletes, entrepreneurs, anyone who succeeds under pressure. It's not always the most talented who win. It's the ones who show up, stay disciplined, and keep going. Trading is the same. The market doesn't care about your IQ or your credentials. It cares about your ability to stay calm when the stakes are high. I've met traders with fancy degrees who couldn't make a dime because they overthought everything. And I've met regular folks who built fortunes because they mastered their emotions. The market rewards discipline, not intelligence. That's the game. Let me get personal for a moment. This channel is my heart and soul. When I started, I was still battling my own trading demons, doubting myself, chasing losses, wondering if I'd ever get it right. But sharing these lessons, connecting with you, it's changed me. You're out there, fighting the same battles I did, feeling the same fears, chasing the same dreams. That's why I'm here, pouring everything into this. I want you to know you can build this mental edge. You can become the trader you dream of being. But it starts with honesty. Look in the mirror. Admit where you're falling short. For me, it was admitting I was addicted to the thrill of trading, letting my ego drive my decisions. Facing that was the first step to changing. Here's a story that drives it home. In 1995, Nick Leeson, a trader at Barings Bank, made millions with risky bets. He was a star until the market turned. Instead of cutting losses, he doubled down, desperate to win it back. His emotions took over and he brought down a 200-year-old bank. Compare that to George Soros, who made billions breaking the Bank of England in 1992. Soros wasn't afraid to be wrong. He cut losses fast, stayed flexible, and never let ego trap him. Leeson's pride destroyed him. Soros's humility made him a legend. That's the mental edge, knowing when to walk away, when to hold firm, when to let go. I need your input. This channel is growing fast, and it's because of you, traders who show up to learn, grow, and master your minds. I'm thinking about a private Discord community where we can connect in real time. Beginners, pros, all sharing strategies, analyzing trades, tackling psychology together. Not free because people don't value free, but affordable, focused on real growth. What do you think? Should we build it? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm reading every one. Here's the truth. The market is a mirror. It shows you who you are. If you're impatient, it'll expose it. If you're greedy, it'll exploit it. If you're disciplined, it will reward it. The mental edge isn't about perfection. It's about honesty, discipline, and resilience. You don't need to be a genius. You just need to master the voice in your head. The charts are the same for everyone. The difference is how you see them. So ask yourself, are you trading like a professional or gambling with your future? The market's waiting. What will you choose?